Heard that.
So what we have here is, this is deeded property owned by the tribal community. This is a BLM numbered route. This isn't submarginal. This isn't reservation. This is deeded property in the state of Montana.
Right.
And they've got me pretty well detained here on this open public road.
Okay. How's it going, guys?
Oh, Kirk Paulson.
Hawkinson.
Nice to meet you.
Hawkin?
Chief of Police.
Okay, Travis Peck. Nice to meet you. Don't think we've ever met yet.
No, not yet.
So the issue here is, I'm aware of your tribal resolution. I guess my question is jurisdictionally, okay, the authority to stop and detain me on a county road in Blaine County within deeded property. I mean, is a county road that goes through, not disputing that this is deeded property that is owned by the tribal community, okay, state of Montana. This is an open road. That's a BLM numbered trail and a county road. BLM cattle guard, BLM sign. I've been detained. I feel like my civil rights are being violated.
Okay, and there's actually, that's my point of view is also that their civil rights are violated. That the tribal sovereignty is violated. Yeah, just a lot of, I guess, things that this has been, from what I'm understanding, this has been an ongoing thing for a couple of years now. So it should have been resolved by now. Apparently it hasn't been, and it's still having the same problems that were happening in the past. They're still happening today. So I mean, I guess the thing is that I don't know.
My question for everybody here is, what can we do? Let's get him out of here. We all go home. We all sit down somewhere tomorrow. The next day, I don't care when, but let's get everybody sit down.
Here's the thing with that is that that's already been done on 3 different occasions. They met with the state on.
Okay.
They said that on each time they had told the tribe that they were going to resolve this issue. The issue was going to be resolved, but it's not.
On that resolution, it specifically states that working together, that they would notify us, request permission to come to cross all tribal land, all right-of-ways. That's what that resolution says. It doesn't say whether it's BLM or trust land or what. It just says all rights-of-ways.
What standing
and that's what this is right here.
What standing does tribal law have outside of the reservation?
That's right.
And what standing? I know you point to the resolution, but my question is, how is that even valid here, where we stand right here?
Maybe that isn't for us to answer.
Well, if you're going to enforce it, I would hope you could answer.
Well, I'm enforcing tribal law.
Okay.
And if tribal law is unconstitutional or not right or whatever, that can't be decided by me. That's got to be decided by someone else.
I will say that the state, we have reached out to Tribal Fish and Game on several occasions with a memorandum of understanding, which was rejected, a signing project, which we did not receive much support for. Several things have occurred. I mean, it takes 2 to tango, I would say.
We requested 3 meetings. We were the ones who requested them, so we had 3 meetings.
And we talked about
the last one. The chairman, Mark Agnew, the tribal president, and your supervisor, Tom Flowers, was there, and everything was discussed. There was a lot of issues other than this, but this was one of the ones that was discussed, and that's where it ended.
There's nobody in my agency would have ever agreed to restrict our travel down an open county road within the state of Montana.
I don't know, the council did it. I wasn't on the council.
I understand, but the council has no authority where we stand right here.
Well,
you own private deeded property. No one's disputing that. This is the tribal's deeded property right here in the state of Montana. Falls under state jurisdiction.
Well, that's your opinion, I guess. The council's got a different one, so.
Submarginal is a different designation. That's to be considered reservation.
That's it.
No one's disputing that.
So,
That's where we stand, though. I mean,
And,
I
and,
offered him a
and Mark
offered him
Azure,
a chance to leave, you know.
when did you offer me a chance to
Up on the
leave?
hill there, I said you're welcome to go back through and go
Well,
back
now
and
hold
request
on.
permission like the resolution says next time. And
When did you
refused.
offer? Now hold on. When did you offer me a chance to leave? In fact, you pointed at me
Not
and
here,
said,
up on the
you
hill.
pointed at me up there and said, "Come through our property and see what happens."
No,
See what happens.
No, I
And then
was
you
at-
waved for them other guys to
Yeah.
come here and you set up a roadblock.
That was after you started being unreasonable. It ain't up to me to discuss the legalities of this. All I know is I'm a sworn officer for Fort Belknap Tribes.
Okay.
And that's the tribal law right there.
Well, my thing is, what can we do to put this to bed today so we can go? And the sheriff's in on it now, so he's going to be following up on it. I know he's calling some powers that be, and I know there's going to be some things, some ground shaking going on. So what can we do to get everybody out of here so everybody can go home, go about their business?
We'll call for a tow truck. We're going to tow the vehicle, take it to the shop, and then whatever.
So
happens after that.
you're going to steal my thing.
Other than steal, it's to bring an issue that.
If you have no authority to tow it, isn't that stealing?
No, it isn't stealing. Enforcing tribal jurisdiction. We do that. Tribal members, we do that to non-members. We confiscate their weapons when they violate tribal law. We confiscate.
Okay, I'm not a tribal member. The tribe has no jurisdiction over top of me.
We do that to non-members too.
The tribe has no jurisdiction over top of me, especially here, off reservation, on state jurisdiction ground.
Yeah, that's your opinion, that's the question that needs to be addressed here. All you would have had to do, Dirk, was call. All you had to do was call. You're the chief of police.
I do not need to call to drive down an open road in the in the past, I don't know, maybe you guys aren't up to speed, but we did a hunting map. We did a signing project down here. They were posted. Of course, it got vandalized and destroyed, but we provided these maps, okay, that said open roads, where tribal licenses are valid, where state licenses are valid, and that was provided to Tribal Fishing Game when Mark was still the director. So when that was all agreed upon then, that where licenses were valid and where they weren't valid, that was all agreed upon. That was distributed amongst tribal members through mailboxes here for people to pick up. None of this was in dispute. These tribal resolutions were a knee-jerk reaction, in my opinion, to a fella who I wrote some tickets to last year, and he went into the council and they passed these resolutions. Okay, whether they're valid or not is, I guess, my stance is they're not, and they shouldn't affect me in the way I do my business to drive down an open county road to check state hunters on BLM, okay, and make sure and check for compliance, right? Just doing my job. All right, so I guess I'm confused why the tribe has me detained here and is exerting their jurisdiction here. I guess I question the validity of that.
Okay. Well, what the resolution says is tribal land, trust, and deeded land. And it's their land, I guess, and they can enforce whatever they want to enforce on the land.
As a landowner in the state of Montana, you just can't enact your own rules whenever you feel like it over public right-of-way. You can't do that. That's against. You just can't do it. There's rules stop it. So I don't know why the council feels that they're.
Well, I can't. I'm not over anybody here, so I can't overrule anybody.
I know.
Their decision.
I've heard that a lot since I've been standing here.
So, but at the same time, we've got to see a lot of the frustration that's coming with a lot of this stuff.
What I see is a dozen illegal elk taken in an area smaller than a township over the last 3 years. And as the game warden for Blaine County, I guess, wouldn't I be derelict in my duties by not addressing those matters and being present and conducting license checks and enforcing compliance rules, working with Tom Jones? Tom and I have worked really well together. See, he hasn't come here. He's avoiding this like the plague, I believe. Now I understand. I understand where you guys are. I mean, at some point in time, reason's got to rise to the top here.
Well,
So if I want to drive down Highway 66, what would happen?
To the same thing as this. That's what I'm assuming.
I mean, I understand that maybe they got a point to prove, but just I mean, there's procedures in the law that you gotta follow. We need permission for him to come up. You don't need written permission. According to the MOU or your resolution, you still need written permission. If we're going to do this by the book,
What do you do with the resolution? It doesn't apply.
I'll look for it, see where I set it down somewhere. I might have set it up my figure when I called in on the radio, so I'll look for it. I really can't believe you guys are doing this.
I know.
It blows my mind. I mean, what you're doing is not even legit. So.
Well, I mean, that's a legal thing, not for me to decide.
But you realize, Harold, hang on and hear me out. You realize that you can be held liable for this.
I realize it's probably going to be a court case.
Yeah, and you realize if illegal actions are taken here, you could be facing charges, whether your bylaw says it's okay or not. That's why I'm asking. If it really's got to come to this, I mean, we'll let you do it, and we'll let you take that step, and we'll take it from there.
It'll probably be better for all of us if it gets resolved.
Well, it'd be better for all of us right now. I'm just telling you, it'd be better for all of us right now if we leave with his pickup, and the sheriff's in on it now. He's contacted multiple powers that be, and we all sit down and we come to a big sit down and we figure out what's going on.
I will file a complaint against you, Harold. I just want you to be aware of that. Civil rights and criminal.
That's what I just need you to understand, that you know where this is at and where this is going.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I discussed it with tribal council.
Okay, but you realize that you're...
Just Wednesday I sat down with tribal council and told them I might come to something like this, and all it took was a phone call. So.
Okay, well, but you do understand that the actions you're taking is quite likely illegal, and you may very well face criminal charges for it.
Enforcing tribal law.
Okay. Well, that's fine as long as you believe that. I'm going to pull my vehicle up here. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, I'm going to pull my vehicle up here beside his,
Okay.
and we're going to get his stuff that he wants to take with him into my ride.
Okay.
That's the way this is going to shake down right now.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll inventory. He will personally witness it. I will witness it myself, and then everything will be taken out of from there.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Hey, George, you're the vice president of the council, right?
Surely am.
So you're the next highest up guy here, because we've had to defer to Harold here on this. So what's the validity of detaining me on a open public road within the state of Montana? What's the authority?
The authority, as far as I remember, I'm new to the game, is through resolution that the former council passed. I didn't really pay that much attention to the truth.
They got it, Junior. I just gave it to them, and I discussed it at length with both of them.
Well, he's on the council, and you said we need to talk to somebody higher up than you, so that's what I'm doing. You said you couldn't answer these questions. It's for somebody higher up to decide.
That's probably how it's got to be resolved.
Okay.
I didn't tell you to go to administration.
He came to me. He's here.
I didn't come to you. I came on this road here, so
Okay.
there's let there be a confusion.
So this is a BLM numbered route or county road in the state of Montana, Blaine County. Okay, plenty of tribal enforcement here. This is tribal deeded property in the state of Montana. Okay, falls under state jurisdiction. It's not submarginal, it's not reservation. What authority do you have to enforce tribal resolutions on non-tribal members here? Where's that authority come from?
I don't know, that'd almost have to be a lawyer question, I guess.
Well, that's what surprises me, because the council, are they all lawyers? Are they all lawyers? Because they can create these rules and these resolutions. I mean, is it just, I mean, what's the deal there? Are they all the lawyers? The guys, the former guys that created these?
Not that I know. Not that I know. I guess it's kind of like a lot of the state rules and stuff too. That I guess is, what would you say, enforced on us. You know, we don't have a say in it neither. You know.
As voting members of the public, you do. The legislature in the state of Montana creates the laws. You're able to vote for those representatives in the democracy. So everyone has a say. So, detaining me, I guess I'm going to take the stance again. I want to make sure this is clear. Now, what's going on here today is illegal. Okay? And you're towing my pickup. I disagree with it 100%. And if you do it, you're doing it under my protest. Okay? I've been detained here for I don't know how long as an American citizen in the state of Montana, not even as a game warden. My civil rights have been violated all morning long. Okay? I've been detained illegally, unlawfully, and now you're stealing my enforcement, my signed patrol vehicle, and telling me I have to go to a court that has no jurisdiction over top of non-tribal members to get it back. Am I clear on this? That's what's going on here? If I'm wrong, someone correct me.
Like detained? What do you mean by detained?
I'm not free to leave.
Yeah,
I haven't been free to leave all morning. I've been boxed in by this gentleman, Dion, by your tribal fish and game director, Harold Maine, by tribal police. I think Richard Bushy was parked down there, eyeing me for a while. I mean, I'm kind of outnumbered here. Luckily, the Blaine County Sheriff's Department, who has jurisdiction right here, is kind enough to come down here to witness what's going on here. These civil rights infractions that are happening.
Well, I think this is my personal opinion, stepping out of the law enforcement role of it, but my personal opinion is this is where it needs to stop. Let this happen today, but the state, I don't care if it's Blaine County, and I can't tell Glenn how to do his job, obviously, but I trust him in what he'll do. So.
Well, this happened last fall, and I brought it to his attention.
Did it come this far?
No, it was just threatened.
Yeah, I remember us talking about it last fall too, and we were kind of all keyed up and worried that it was going to come to something like this. Said, we'll let this one play out, and I'm sure this is going to rattle some cages in Helena. It's going to
hope so.
Make some people upset. You've got a job to do, and you're how far out here, and say, for instance, one of these guys just decided to, go all out. Not saying they would, but just saying one of them thought about it, and my backup, your backup is. It took me how long to get out here?
Yeah, what I'm concerned about somebody who isn't of a level that
Yeah.
they can start enforcing the rules out here.
Yeah.
That part.
But even step back from that and step back to the civil rights issue, where does it draw the line? Because it starts here, then it goes to Highway 66, then it moves to US 2. And pretty soon it's not you, it's my wife driving down the road. So where does it's somewhere, we've got to have an interpretation, and it's got to be handed down, so this looks like a good place to step in and start it.
Hi fellas, how's it going?
My question is, just so you know you're on tape right now. Do you mind if I get talk to you real quick? Okay. I just was, I guess what I want to know is, did they ask you to fill out any kind of trespass paperwork or anything like that prior to crossing there? No? Okay. Would you be willing to give your names and date of birth and contact numbers in case we need to contact you for possible witness statements or something like that? Okay. If you guys have any trouble, would you contact at any point while you're out here? Would you just obviously try to resolve things peacefully? But if you would just call the Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
Is there some need for concern while we're out here hunting at the moment? Going through tribal property right now to get to where we're going.
With what's unfolding right now, I just want to advise you to use caution.
Okay.
So, I don't think you're going to have to, as long as cool heads and stuff prevail, I think you'll be all right. But if something comes up that you're concerned or you'd like the sheriff to look into, we would absolutely look into it for you. So, I'm going to write the number down here for it, and I'll give it to you.
No, I drove by them, and I come to the intersection, and they just creeped up here. And they hauled their tails up here to get in front of me.
Did they go around you?
No.
How'd he get here?
Oh, you see, I was over there on BLM.
Yeah.
Okay? And when you come to this private property, the road Y's right here.
Yeah.
It's just a big triangle.
Yeah.
It's the same trail. I took the main road, because, I don't need to take the 2-track across the property. I took the main road, back to the intersection, come back up Main County Road. They hauled butt across their property on a 2-track to get in front of me. Drove out on the BLM, turned around, drove right in the middle of this cattle road.
Nice.
And then another one come up, and the other one come up and pulled up behind me. Then threatened to disarm me, seize my vehicle. And I told them that wasn't going to happen. And the debate has been on since.
I was kind of expecting them to, when I told them, I was kind of waiting for them. When I told them, what we were taking out of that pickup, I was kind of expecting them to want to seize the computer and stuff like that.
The way you put it was right. There's no exception. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
Good job. You did good there. Because if I would have said it, you did a good job. I appreciate it. Thank you. The Malta warden sent me a text message here back way more than an hour ago. He said, "You need my help?" And all my response was, "Stay away." That little hammer mixing it up. Just stay away.
We'd be hiding behind trees slinging leads. That's what you're saying.
Just stay away for now, man. It is what it is.
We got it in a pretty comfortable situation right now, so.
Just stay away. My captain came from Glasgow. He's here. I'm sure Reno's busting back. And the sad part about this is, there's illegal hunting going on all around me right now. There's nothing I can do about it. You're an ex-officio game warden. Let's get after it when we're done here, huh?
Well, even just, they're so concerned. That's the thing I've been sitting here puzzling over. They're so concerned about illegal activity, but the amount of resources they've got tied up on this, the amount of illegal stuff that can be going on right now on their property,
oh God,
it flies in the face of all reason. It just.
All right, what's going on, guys? Huh? So what's going on?
I got overruled.
What's that?
I got overruled.
Oh, how come?
Long story. But we do have to search, and then it'll be resolved.
That's it. I'm not gonna take it.
Well,
Sorry,
guys, we'll mail it to you or whatever.
Oh, mail it to my boss.
You're gonna have to.
So you know what? Mail it to the county.
And then we'll mail it to the boss. But
So are you releasing me and my vehicle?
you're free to go.
So, can I go back to work now, please? Okay, I don't have to ask permission because I'm on an open way of the state.
No, the resolution still applies. We just went to that. That's all you have to
But
do.
you were just told that what you were overruled in your
Proceed in the
decision.
vehicle. Proceed in the vehicle. At this time, proceed in the vehicle.
I think that's it?
That's what I'm overruled on, is seize in the vehicle, not the jurisdictional issue. That's why you're still...
And who made the decision, just so I know? I'd like to, for my...
Find out in court.
I just say,
Find out
why
in
do I
court.
got to go to court?
Well, like my supervisor said, the citation will be issued to your supervisor, and you can take it up in court.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Discuss it in trial court.
Well, the guys seem like a big waste of time. I appreciate it. Well, all right.
Hopefully it gets resolved. Maybe next time.
Well, we'll need some cooperation across the table.
Yeah, it is. It's been there. We've reached out 3 times so far.
Okay. Well, guys, it's been real. It's been fun, but it has been real fun. We'll be in touch.